Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Hellsing. Last time on Hellsing, we had Red Rose Vertigo. Let's see, what all happened last episode? Integra's sister came by for a visit, but she doesn't have a sister. It was instead the vampire Carmilla, who started to suck, her blood, Integra's blood. Meanwhile, Alucard was facing off against Incognito, and Incognito was like, yo, I have a master too. You don't anymore. And then Alucard was like, oh shit. And then he went back, and then Integra, he killed Carmilla, and then Integra was like, hold up, I gotta bleed out because I have impure blood. And she started bleeding out. That's what happened. It was a very, very odd episode, even for, this show. It was a very odd episode, and yeah. So we might as well go ahead and get right into this episode of Hellsing and see what the hell's going on. Maybe, I hope she's not dead. Yeah.
Giving in is what kills people. When you refuse to surrender with all your heart, only then do you transcend your humanity. Even in the face of death, never give up. That is the strength of our master.
Master.
She is strong. Master of Monster. Ooh.
Blood pressure.
It's interesting to watch just Alucard at like a hospital. Oh, is that baby Saris? No, Saris Integra?
Oh god, I'm running late.
She sounds like Saris, though.
They won't die unless you stab them with a wooden stake.
Do not be fooled by old stories. Their defeat does not lie in such simple tricks.
Is their power truly that great?
Yes, they have powers that let them tear through men like rags. They are cunning and smart, and operate with their own unknowable inhuman logic.
Pretty sure one of the old rules is you could decapitate a vampire and it would work. Alucard survived that. Okay. This must be part of her dream.
My hour has come, Integra. My will is that you and you alone will lead the family.
Yeah, so she's going through her memories.
Next head of our... There's so much I want to tell you. If only I had more time.
Oh, you know what? I remember this from
Blood of the Hellsing family.
Hellsing Ultimate Abridged. They used this footage.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Glasses sucked. Freaking... I can do that, they're fine.
It's unprecedented, sir, but this plan already has the Queen's personal approval.
God damn it. There's only 3 days left until the succession ceremony.
Get your leg
I've
off the
waited
desk.
20. Do you realize how difficult his presence will make this?
It's interesting, this already has the
Check
Queen's
the building
approval
top
that
of
Integra
bottom,
would
sir.
take over.
I can think of no more fitting a place for trapping filthy vermin.
Jeez.
The brat is hiding somewhere in the sublevels.
This guy
Kill
sucks.
her on sight. We can forge our excuses later.
Fucking Scar.
Now go.
Do you have any human soul left in you?
I can hear you.
You damn brat! Do you think I won't be willing to shoot a little girl?
Well,
Do you, Integra?
you didn't.
I know you don't want to die tonight.
This is when she met Alucard.
It's been said that General Patton would stand alone, braving the worst of blizzards, while watching his soldiers on the march. Patton's army was also reputed to have nearly unnatural stamina. Do I make myself clear, Miss Victoria?
I think. Ah, jeez. Yeah, this guy's a lousy shot. Yeah, there he is. Yeah. He's blood deprived.
It moved! Mr. Hellsing, what is that?
I don't know. There's no record of this. My brother never mentioned it.
Guy's hair's all white.
Shoot him! Kill him! Send him back to hell!
Up.
I am the lord and master of the Hellsing family, Integra Wingates Hellsing. I would die before allowing a vampire to order me.
That gun is useless against me. Give up, little girl, and
Shut
listen.
up! I'll never give up! I would die before giving up! That is my duty and pride as the leader of the Hellsing organization!
Yeah!
Wonderful. Just wonderful.
He respects that.
You make my blood boil. You are your father's daughter. Forgive my impertinence, Sir Hellsing.
Oh!
I am the leader of Hellsing! Hellsing is mine!
Nope.
What's your name?
Alucard. That is the name my last master used.
I was such a child back then.
You will always be that same little girl to me.
Badass little girl.
Do you know who I am, Sir Integra?
Dr. Trevelyan.
You're going to be just fine.
Oh! I don't know what's going on. This is just what he does before he eats. Are these other vampires? Good for you. Alrighty, good episode, good episode. Kind of, I mean, you could call this sort of an in-between episode, you know, before we get to what seems to be shaping up to be like a big 3-part finale, maybe, because there's only 3 episodes left. But still, a really good episode, and good to get Integra and Alucard's origins, which is pretty cool. Which, again, you know, like I said during the reaction, yeah, obviously, as you should all be aware, I originally reacted to Hellsing Ultimate Abridged, and I remember there was one episode where they used footage from this episode to show Integra's origins. Like, I guess it was like, oh, well, they wanted to show what happened long ago, so they showed it with the older footage, not with the Hellsing Ultimate footage. So it makes me curious if this is even in Hellsing Ultimate. But so technically, I have kind of seen this because, you know, it is Integra is the inheritor of the Hellsing organization, and the uncle tries to kill her. She meets up with Alucard, and then she kills the uncle. But I will say it was still good to have it here, and this does definitely, you know, I mean, I guess it like lets you understand Integra's character, you know, our fearless leader, you know. So that's pretty cool. It was a really great episode to watch, you know. And also, like, it does kind of show you, like, you know, it kind of shows you, like, you know, how, I don't know, like how good Integra really is, to where she lets Alucard, you know, I guess go out and about, you know, she lets Alucard go do things, and like, you know, doesn't just leave him locked up. Yes, you know, he is still under her control, but she does allow him to do things. Like, she's not worried about she's not worried about Alucard, like, getting loose and stuff. So, honestly, that shows, like, a degree of control that even her father didn't have, because her father, who I don't remember if he had a name. Maybe I'll let this play for a second and see. No, it just said Sir Hellsing. So, so yeah, like, even her father didn't have, like, that kind of control over Alucard, because he just locked up Alucard completely, you know? Because that's the thing, is that Alucard said at the end, like, hey, I haven't had blood in 20 years. This is great. So that's also pretty interesting, that he can still survive that long too. That even 20 years without blood, he's still alive down there, you know, but barely. So yeah, I did like that. And we can kind of go over the notes real quick here. The first thing I wrote down is never give up. Again, this shows, basically this whole, like, episode was just a great, you know, like a great, like, delve into Integra's character, you know, and just the amount of respect that Alucard has for Integra. It's honestly incredible, you know. But yeah, she never gives up, and that is sort of the lesson that he also imparts to Saris, that, you know, never give up. You know, look, that is our leader. She actually pierced her own throat, and, you know, to get rid of all this blood, because she will die before she ever gives up, you know? So that was pretty cool. That was just pretty cool, just the amount of respect, you know? And I like that, you know, Alucard was there the whole time, pretty much. You know, during all of the surgery and everything, Alucard was just right there by her side, you know? So that was pretty cool. So yeah, and he even says, like, you know, never give up. And now he will never give up because Integra never gives up, you know? Like, it's so amazing. Like, honestly, he gets inspired by her. And think about how crazy that is, that a vampire gets inspired by this human, you know? Gotta be a damn impressive human, and she is, you know? So that was pretty cool. I did write down origin, which I guess, you know, kind of ties into, I also wrote down uncle. So yeah, man, what is it with these uncles? What's it with all these uncles that, you know, try to screw people over? You know what? I honestly, how many, like, yeah, I know there are, like, good uncles in fiction, but I can't think of too many, you know? Like, okay, yeah, obviously, like, we have our bad uncles. This guy, Scar from Lion King is coming to mind. There's an uncle in Merlin who's pretty evil right now. So yeah, it just seems like if you are an uncle, most likely you are evil and trying to get rid of our main character, you know? So yeah, I don't know, maybe you guys can tell me if there are any, like, good uncles in fiction. I don't know, maybe. But anyway, but yeah, origin, that was pretty interesting, just the lesson with her father, which was pretty cool. You know, like, talking about, you know, the different, you know, like, how powerful a vampire is. You know, they really do set up, you know, how powerful a vampire is. How they are, you know, one of the most feared creatures, even though, you know, half of the time they can't do anything because of the sunlight, you know? So I like that they say that, like, even with the weakness of sunlight, they are one of the most feared creatures, you know? And I like even, you know, dispelling the myth, like, oh, well, you just gotta stake him through the heart. Nope. It's not that easy, you know? Because, yeah, like I said in the reaction, like, one of the other things, I think, because there's a whole lot of, like, different ways that you can kill vampires, and one of the ways, I believe, is if you decapitate a vampire, then the vampire dies. And we have already, you know, shattered that myth in this show, because Alucard was decapitated and he was just fine. So yeah. But that whole lesson was really cool, you know. It sets up how impressive vampires are, you know. after everything they talked about in this scene, plus everything we have seen in the past 10 episodes of how powerful and amazing vampires are. So it makes it all the greater when one of the greatest vampires known to mankind falls in line with a little girl, you know? This little girl who is that badass and gets, garners the respect of a powerful vampire, you know? So, yeah, that's pretty cool. So, couple things about the uncle. Number one, obviously, it's like, oh, well, I wanted to be the leader, you know? It's totally Scar. It's like he was just waiting for his brother's demise. He wasn't going to do anything to his brother, but he was waiting for it, you know? So there's that. I do also like that they say that, everyone had already approved of Integra taking over. Like, that was actually pretty interesting. Like, they even said, the Queen has already approved of Integra taking over the Hellsing organization. It's like, oh, well, geez, how do you argue with the Queen, I guess? You know? So that was pretty cool. Also, and this is just a minor thing, this motherfucker sits like this. He sits with his foot on the desk while sitting normally in a chair. Like, are you kidding me? Get out of here with your leg. I don't know. I just thought that was a very interesting little detail that I actually went through and animated him having his leg up there, you know? So that was kind of funny. Okay, I wrote down Patton. I'm going to listen to that analogy again because I think I missed part of it.
Being the worst of blizzards, blend comes from Ceylon and is quite exquisite.
But Sir Integra is...
It's been said that General Patton would stand alone, braving the worst of blizzards while watching his soldiers on the march. Patton's army was also reputed to have nearly unnatural stamina. Do I make myself clear, Miss Victoria?
Yeah.
A commander with an indomitable spirit can make a soldier's heart burn like fire.
Yeah, so basically, that was pretty cool that, it builds up Integra, you know? It builds up, like, hey, she is such a great leader. She will get through this. She will brave the harshest of blizzards, and her men, her soldiers, will be incredible, you know? So, again, just another great analogy for Integra. And that was the next thing I wrote down was respect. I like that. From the beginning, Integra got Alucard's respect, you know? Like, because he goes in, he's there, and he's being scary like he normally does. And I like that he starts talking at one point, and she just says, "Shut up, I'm talking," you know? It's like, whoa, this little girl is commanding a vampire, you know? Telling him to shut up. And it's through all of that, it's like, no, I am the leader of Hellsing. You will do as I say. And he's like, oh, shit, all right, I like this. I'm liking where we're going. That he immediately has so much respect for her, enough to block that bullet, you know? Which, okay, yes, the bullets don't really do anything to him. It's not like, blocking that bullet, like, oh, that's a serious injury for him. No, but still, immediately after, like, a 2-minute conversation with this little girl, he is blocking a bullet for her, you know? And I like, too, that, he kills all the other guys there. I do like that she's the one that kills the uncle. I thought that's pretty cool. Again, it shows, I guess, her strength, honestly, you know? But it's like, she is not just like, well, she's got the tough language and she'll send the vampire to kill you. It's like, no, she will take you down if she has to, by herself. So that's pretty cool. Last thing I wrote down is more. So yeah, we did cut back to Incognito, and he did that big scream. The crystals came up, and it looked like super ghouls came out. I thought they were just going to be other vampires, but they seemed they didn't really seem like vampires. They seemed like ghouls. So maybe it's like a super powerful ghoul army, you know? But yeah, we'll have to see where we're going with that in the next 3 episodes, in the final 3 episodes of this. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Great episode, really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see where we're going in the final 3 episodes of Hellsing. So, with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Hellsing reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.